Aristaeus is a rare and quietly profound figure in Greek mythology. A minor god who doesn't rule over thunder or war but over bees, olive trees, flocks, and healing. His presence is not felt in grand epics or bloody battles but in the rhythms of daily life. The hum of a hive, the scent of herbs, the care of animals. What makes him unique is not just his domain, but how deeply human his stories feel. He is a god of nurture, of mistakes, of consequences, and ultimately of repair. Born from the union of Apollo and the Libyan nymph Cyrene, Aristaeus inherited both divine authority and wild independence. His mother wasn't a princess or priestess. She was a lion-slaying huntress whom Apollo fell in love with for her strength. He carried her to Libya, where she gave birth to Aristaeus. Unlike the Olympians raised in luxury, Aristaeus grew up in nature. Nymphs, Horae, and the wise centaur Chiron taught him how to live in harmony with the land. He learned to press olives, to herd goats, to care for bees, and to heal with plants. In a world of gods who so often defy nature, Aristaeus becomes the one who listens to it. His most famous myth is also his most human. He falls for Eurydice, the wife of the musician Orpheus. He chases her, whether out of passion or confusion, and she runs in fear. While fleeing, she steps on a serpent and dies. Aristaeus doesn't harm her with his own hands, but his desire causes a tragedy. This myth stands out because it doesn't glorify him. There's no justification, no divine wrath to excuse it. Instead, he disappears from the story until something starts to go wrong in his own life. His bees begin to die. Desperate and confused, he turns to Proteus, the shape-shifting sea god. Aristaeus must wrestle him, not out of aggression, but because Proteus only speaks the truth when forced. After struggling, Aristaeus holds on, and Proteus reveals the cause of his suffering: Eurydice's death. The land is out of balance, and so is he. This is where Aristaeus shines, not as a god who demands or deflects, but as one who listens. He asks what to do, how to fix it. He's told to perform a ritual. He sacrifices animals, lays out their bodies, and from their decay, new swarms of bees rise. This moment where death leads to new life is central to who Aristaeus is. He doesn't conquer nature. He collaborates with it even when it requires something hard. He learns. He mourns. He begins again. Unlike the Olympians, Aristaeus never seeks dominance. He spends much of his life traveling, not to conquer, but to share. In Arcadia, in Boeotia, in Sardinia, and back in Libya, he teaches people how to farm, how to care for animals, how to make cheese, oil, and honey. His gifts are gentle but essential. In many places, he was remembered not as a towering god, but as a kindly presence, almost like a cultural ancestor who helped humanity survive and thrive. He was sometimes called a demon, a divine spirit who watches over particular aspects of life. And that's fitting. He wasn't worshipped in grand temples but honored in fields, in apiaries, in groves. He represented the kind of divinity that's not loud but enduring, the sacredness of the everyday. Aristaeus reminds us that divinity isn't always about power. Sometimes it's about humility, about trying to make things right, about planting, tending, and starting over when you've failed. He is, in many ways, the most relatable kind of god, one who grows.